Hi, I'm Lauren, the host of the Yogakane Podcast, and welcome to my YouTube channel.
Gotta climb all the way up to the top of that.
You tired?
Tired.
I'm tired. When I wake up, I like to look outside because what is happening outside can give me a really good indicator on what my body might need for the day. Then I do an oil pull, which I spit out, some family cuddle time because there's always time for a hug and I really miss hugging my friends. Drink some warm lemon water, that helps to flush my system. And if it's a warmer day, I'll add a lime, then some movement. Each morning I practice these daily rituals, which I've cultivated on my own, and I've also learned from some of the guests who have been on the show. If you'd like for me to do a whole episode on my daily rituals, which span from Ayurvedic practices, please let me know in the comments below. Let's get into the show. It's my first day in the life. I'm nervous, but hope you enjoy it. So I'm all showered up and I did my face care routine, which you can check out in another video that I've done where I give you all the steps on what I do in the morning and at night for myself to practice some self-care and just, give myself some extra love. And now it is time to get after it. Make some sourdough, which I know everyone else is doing, and this video is not about sourdough, but that's what I'm doing right now, and just giving you a little look into what quarantine is like for me and our family and our house. So got this recipe from the Grit and Polish, who are my cousin-in-laws, and they have been working this recipe for, I don't know, like 3 years now. So I'll link to that in the show notes below if you want to get into it. But this thing is going to take me 36 hours to make. So I better get to it. I'll get back to you in a little bit because after this first, the thing with sourdough is like it takes you 36 hours to make it because there's a chunk of period where you gotta like knead the bread every 30 minutes. So I'm going to be doing this all throughout the day. Aren't you lucky? But after this particular first step, we're then going to go for a dog walk. Yay! Dog walk, Sticks? You want to go for a dog walk? You want to go for a dog walk? You want to go for a dog walk? Oh yeah, he wants to go. All right. Who's ready for a dog walk? Hi. Are you ready? Okay, go. When she's little, she gets into precarious situations. She is a brave dog. I once found her I once found her halfway into a hole. She was completely covered in dirt. Let me just say, I was freaked out. Okay, come on, Minka. Come on, Sticks. Let's go. Dog walk. Let's go. Oh, speed demon. Hi. So I just got back from a dog walk and I'm about to go finish editing episode 7 of season 2 of the Yogakane Podcast, and it is with the guest on that episode is with an Ayurvedic counselor, and in that episode, Pamela Higley, she gives us so much information, and she gives us more insight on COVID-19 through the lens of Ayurveda. And she also talks about different foods and practices that we can incorporate into our own life to help reduce stress. And she also talks about why right now is a great time for a spring detox. And and she demystifies detox. Like, this is not a celery cleanse detox. This is you eat whole foods, and when I mean whole foods, I mean like veggies. Like, you eat veggies, you eat roasted vegetables, kitchery, soups, just they want you to eat on this detox because that helps to flush the system. And one of those things with the detox that she talks about is called CCFTea, and that's coriander, fennel, and cumin tea. And aren't these the cutest bags ever? Shout out to Winter Ridge in Sandpoint, Idaho. I love this. This is how I get most of my seasoning, especially these like off things that I wouldn't normally get. So I love this. Like how cute. Come on, guys. Let's get more into this. Anyway, so it's a half a teaspoon of each, and I don't really have a fancy dancy thing to put the tea in, like a tea bag, but I'm just gonna use some paper towels. That's all I got. So, paper towel, and just gonna put half a teaspoon of each in and kind of see how it goes. I might go less. I think I'm gonna go a fourth a teaspoon because this is gonna be really flavorful, and these seasonings are pretty intense, and I'm just gonna ease my way in. That's what I'm kind of learning as I get older, is that you don't have to go, you know, both feet in. You can ease into stuff, and that's why I think sometimes we get into tricky situations, is when we're like, I'm gonna start a diet and I'm gonna go all in, and or I'm not even diet, I don't diet, schmiet, or change a lifestyle habit, you know, like you're not going to kick that habit overnight, right? It's going to happen gradually, because how long did it take for you to get into that habit? That's probably how long it's going to take for you to fully get out of it, right? I mean, maybe not that whole time, but life takes time. Change takes time. You didn't build that gut up overnight, and you're not going to reduce it overnight. So it's all about grace. But oh my God, this looks so cute. So they do recommend using whole seed. I didn't have coriander whole seed, so we'll just see how it goes. But look at this. So trying the CCFTea, coriander, cumin, fennel. Light smell. Really smell the fennel. Smells really nice, actually. Warming smells. Stuff that kind of smells like the earth almost, but spicier. It's so hot. I don't want to try it yet. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's kind of matches my shirt, yellow. I always prepare. Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm really getting more of a water flavor. I think if I maybe used a half a teaspoon, I would have gotten more flavor and probably let it seep a little longer. I was just so excited to try it. But again, baby steps. So maybe if it was like too intense at first, I wouldn't have liked it. So yeah, I think it's gonna be good enough though to get me through to finish editing episode 7 of season 2. And yeah, gonna get back to it. So some exciting news. Episode 7 of season 2 is uploaded, and it'll be ready for you to listen to on any podcast platform. You can also find it here on YouTube. I'll link to it in the bio. And this episode is one that is packed with information. Pamela Higley, who is the guest on that show, she's an Ayurvedic counselor, and she goes into talking about COVID-19 through an Ayurvedic lens. And just a disclaimer, this podcast is not a cure for COVID. It's just to better understand COVID through that Ayurvedic perspective. She also talks about how to mitigate stress and anxiety by using some very simple techniques. She gives you some little things that you can incorporate into your daily routine to help ground down that anxiety and find your center and maybe a little sense of space in this uncertainty that we're experiencing. So please go give it a listen, and if you liked it, show the podcast some love. And thank you so much, Pamela, for being on the episode with me. And yeah, now it's time to work out. I think Dylan and Sticks, Dylan is my husband, by the way, I think that they just got back from a run, so now we're gonna go get a little sweaty.
Good.
This is what I like to see. Mr. Armstrong cooking it up. Minka's helping. Oh, and Sticks is too.
They usually do.
Yeah.
Just in case there's any droppings.
Yeah, there are little vacuums. Well, I was taking a bath. Mr. Armstrong, who is now an artist because he was in a music video, his company like a really cute campaign where everyone, like the different offices and teams, did music videos, and they went all out for theirs. And now let's see what Dylan was making for us for dinner. Smells good. Some spaghetti squash. Looks like we have all the colors of the rainbow in here. It's Dylan cooked. That means that I'm on cleanup duty. He's studying for some schoolwork. He's in the middle of a program for his master's, and I don't know who else does this, but if there's leftovers, I always eat a little. Babe, this was so good. It was a big day, undertaking sourdough. See how much that rose? It was like down to here. I started it, and now it's pretty much doubled inside. And it's still bubbling. You see that? That's some healthy yeast. It's active. That was actually fun to document and reflect on my day. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos and listen to the Yogakane podcast. Shanti Peace to you and your household.